Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. This is episode number 1 of the Irrational Sense podcast. I'm your host, Jude Charlton. Thank you for being here and thank you for clicking play and giving me a chance. I'm going to be talking about stammering or stuttering. So, stammering and stuttering is speaking with involuntary pauses, and I will be using it as synonyms. And I'm going to share about my experience, how I broke through it, and how you can do so too. So today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips about how I broke through stammer and stuttering. And at the end, I will also discuss 2 pillars that help me pass through these 5 most important tips. This is my personal experience. I am not a speech therapist. I am no way a professional. It is, all I'm trying to say is what I had, how I went through it, how I passed it, and how you guys can also implement the same too. So the number one thing is to not have the attitude of an ailment attitude, which I developed over a point in time. It is okay. It is just an involuntary pause in you trying to talk. Now, before I proceed, I'd like to say that stammering and stuttering, there are different levels of stammering and stuttering. So people at different levels go through it very differently. I did not go through a very deep and intense level, but I did go through stammering and stuttering for a very, very long time, and it did impact my confidence, my ability to say something, my ability to say certain words, my holding back from saying what I want to say just because I know that I would not be able to say it. It is a mindset. So just like how you guys cannot drive, just like how when you're learning something new, you don't know how to do it. So right now we just don't know, or when I was stammering, I don't know how to stop the involuntary pauses. So go through a mindset of, first is not an ailment, change that. Second, you want to learn now. You want to change things. It's a lifestyle, because stammering and stuttering is definitely something that's about speech. It is not about confidence. It's not about nervousness, because people who are not nervous can also stammer. It is something more than that. It is got to do with your overall life change and your wellness, which will impact a longer change. So first, number 1, it is not an ailment. Change the attitude. Pass through it. Number 2 tip. When it comes to stammering and stuttering, it is something that does impact your speech, but one of the most important things to do or to practice, not just while speaking, but otherwise, is to stay calm. Being calm is one of the most effective ways to beat stammering and stuttering. Being calm, there are so many techniques to be calm. When I say calm, it doesn't mean that you are still. It means that no matter what the storm, you internally are calm, no matter what it is. There are some techniques of meditation which definitely helps you to be calm. There are breathing techniques that helps you to be calm. And there are techniques where you want to be able to pass through something without having to be agitated or being anxious. So there are a humpty number of videos on how you can meditate and how you can increase your lung capacity and how you can be more calm. Because what happens is when you stammer and when you stutter, the first roadblock that you hit when you're repeating your words, you get nervous and you become anxious. Now, when you hit the first roadblock and you get anxious, you start becoming nervous. Now, nervous leads to, again, the involuntary repetition of the word. So it is a vicious cycle. You hit the roadblock, you're anxious, and then anxiety leads to nervousness, back to stammering. So it's stammering, anxiety, nervousness, stammering, anxiety, nervousness. So this was how my cycle was. So be calm. You hit a roadblock, don't worry. You are learning how to drive. You're learning how to steer this super jet of words from your mouth over to the other person that you're communicating. So don't worry. You are passing through turbulence, and turbulence is not where you stay. So be calm. Develop an overall perspective about what the ailment is. Understand what it is, what it does to you, when do you stammer? When do you stutter? Is it certain words? Is it around people? Is it when you're excited? Is it when you are scared? You need to understand where it's coming from, for which you need to really dig deep in to figure out how, where, what, why. This is not a motivational speech. This is absolutely practical for you guys, but it takes a lot of tedious effort in trying to understand yourself. So being calm is not just about being still and not saying anything, but being calm so you can learn and understand your circumstance, people around you, and how you can deal with it. That's what I mean by being calm. So be calm because you got to be aware and you got to know what the issue is. 3, one of the techniques that I implemented is to talk on exhale. So you breathe in and then you talk and exhale. You can just keep talking and exhale until the last breath without having to be anxious or be nervous. So the second breath, the exhale, is where you talk. So you breathe in all the anxiety and nervousness, and when you exhale, you just talk. This is a technique that you can practice over a point in time, because one of the issues that I faced when I stammer or stutter is my breathing is very inconsistent, or rather my breathing is very sporadic. It is not in a rhythm. There is no rhythm to my breathing. I've noticed that when I stammer and stutter. So by talking and exhale, you are practicing the effort of having to talk when you are at a rhythm, because talking is rhythm, stuttering and stammering is also rhythm, but it is a noisy rhythm. It's not something that you want. So basically you are trying to move from noise to music. So be calm and start practicing the effort of talking on exhale. You can look in the mirror and talk. It does improve your confidence. So one of the techniques when you wake up is the best time to do it, because when you wake up, you're more calm. Wake up about 15-20 minutes earlier than what you usually do. Preferably do this in a private space. Looking at the mirror, definitely effective. Worked for me. And I'm pretty sure it would work for you guys if you practice it. Number 4, you got to be ready to talk. What I mean by that, do not talk at a time when you are tired, exhausted, you're nervous. You're not prepared to talk. That is not the time you talk. You got to talk at a time that you're prepared. What happens is, as you practice, you get better, and your pronunciation, your rhythm starts to improve. But then when there's a tired day, when you're nervous and you start talking, and then all the hurdles come in front of you and the stones that you wanted to kick are all piling up in front of you, you're stammering, you're going back, and now you're scared. That happens when you talk, when you're tired, when you're not ready. Do have a time within which you want to talk or say things, or you want to talk something important. At times what happens for me is when I talk things that are very innocuous, like give me a slice of bread, I want coffee. Those things I would not stammer, but when I'm really trying to communicate something important, then I would. So avoid talking and avoid trying to have those conversations when you're tired. You want to do this when you're calm and at your own pace. So most importantly, you got to be ready for the conversation. Make yourself ready, take your time, the world is yours, and talk when you're ready only. Number 5. This is extremely important. Number 5 is improving your overall health. Now, when I say overall health, I mean your lung capacity, your ability to breathe, your overall stature. Your personality improves when your overall health improves. In terms of fitness, in terms of bodybuilding, whatever you're into, when you know that you're physically performing, your self-confidence goes up incrementally as your body develops. Especially when you are a runner, for example, or if you are someone who's into active cardio sports, you have a target and you hit that target and you supersede the target, you're confident. So you ran for 10 minutes yesterday. Today, after a week, you run for 12 minutes. After the third week, you run for 15 minutes every day. Your confidence improves. And this has a correlation to also you talking, because at times lack of confidence can also lead to this stammering, also lead to stammering and stuttering. So you want to improve your confidence. You want to be at an overall health benefit when it comes to overcoming the hurdle of stammering and stuttering. Not just that, an overall health not just improves your stammering and stuttering, but it improves everything around you, your space, your aura, your movement. Especially if into sports, you must have noticed, this happens to me, or it happened to me, when I would play sports, pass the ball, pass it to him, score the goal, catch the ball, or whatever terms and whatever phrases and whatever you use, dunk, slam dunk, whatever sport that you play. When you're playing the sport and when you're talking, you generally do not stutter. Even though you're so anxious, you're so nervous, there's an adrenaline rush, you do not generally stutter. That happens to me too. It's because you're involved. So when you're more involved, you stammer less. So that habit of having to talk when you're playing translates into this emotion of you having to be able to also talk when you're not playing. To make that very simple, when you practice more sports and when you communicate in the sport and you translate off field, that also improves your confidence. Your overall health improves, your speech improves, and also your meditation on the other side is also improving. So your overall health has a huge impact on your talking. And it's not just that, everything around you improves and different spheres of your life improve, and that is also has an impact on your talk. So overall health, extremely important. That's number 5. So these are the 5 tips, and for all those who stay around till the 5, stick around for the 2 most important pillars which I share, because these 5 tips work on 2 pillars, and those 2 pillars are extremely important. I found these pillars really, really late, and I want to share that to you at the very first, so you guys don't have to find this yourself. Pillar number 1, patience. Yeah, you heard it, patience. As underrated as it sounds, guys and girls, you just gotta be patient. This is a marathon, and you got to take your time and be patient. You will see incremental progress, and it will only be incremental. When you improve and you move to the step 1, you want to stay in step 1 consistent before you go to step 2, be more consistent, go to step 3. So that's how you incrementally progress. So be patient. Everyone takes their own time. Everyone has their own pace. It is different for different people. For me, when I moved from stammering to stuttering, I moved over that arc of not being able to say words. And after that, I went into a rut where I could not say important words, but the other words I could say. So for me to get over that took a while. And I still do stammer at times. When I'm overly excited, when I'm nervous, when I'm talking to my folks back home, I do stammer, I do stutter. There are certain words like tower, TOWER, which I still stutter about. There are words like beard. I don't know if you guys saw it, but beard. Yes, I do stutter and stammer when I say beard. So these are 2 examples. So it is an arc. I'm still working on it. I'm sure you guys will also work on it. So be more patient with yourself, because that's very important. And the second most important pillar, surround yourself with positive, supportive people. Yeah, you heard that right. You need people to get through this. This is a team effort, I would say. You cannot do this alone. Or rather, if you can do this alone, you would not bother, because stammering and stuttering is always external when it goes to the other person. So you're trying to communicate to people. So you need a team. People around you, that team could be 1, 2, 3, how many ever. People around you, you need to let them know that, hey, I'm working on this small little hurdle in my life, a big hurdle in my life, or a really big hurdle in my life, at whatever stage that you're in. Can you please be more patient with me? Can you support me? Third, do not complete my sentences. That is something you got to tell your support system. let them not let you complete your sentence. When you're trying to say something and when there is a hurdle and a roadblock, generally when you say, hey guys, support me, they would complete the sentence for you. But no, that's not what you want. You want people to let you say that sentence. At times, for me personally, when I don't want to say that word, I deviate and go around it. But I did have a support system that would ask me, what do you mean? I didn't understand. Can you say that again? I didn't get you. So they want you to go over that word. And you can only do this with your close ones and your acquaintance and your very close family. So you need that support system. Find that support system and you will pass through it. This support system need not just be a family and friends. It could also be someone who you talk to, someone who's a little more closer to you. You want to let them know that this is what you're working on and you need their support. And everyone or anyone is more than happy to support you because they know something and they want to teach you. These people generally do not stutter or stammer and they would want to see you succeed. So they are more than happy to do that. So that is an important pillar. These two important pillars, patience and surrounding yourself with people who support you, is crucial. So be patient and get through this. And for all those watching this video, if you found this helpful, please do consider subscribing to my channel, as I will be posting a lot more of these videos of how I went through something and how I could help you guys. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If there's anything personal you want to share or any hurdles, any questions you want to ask, there is a comment section that you could comment as well. Most importantly, guys, this is just a hurdle. You will get through this. Do not worry, you got this. Thank you for watching and stay tuned. For all those who are watching and all those who are continuing to watch, I just wanted to say that I do have another video if you want to click on the video or also look at the show notes below. That video is a more in-depth version of what I felt, how I went through it, a longer version of more on my personal level. So if you guys are interested in that, please do take a look at it. And as I do share in depth about my insecurities, my feelings, how I went through it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.